Welcome to another edition of Small Business Spotlight. I have two really great friends. I got Jacob and Beth of New Soul, Old Spirit.
Close.
Close enough.
New Spirit, Old Soul. We'll edit this in post. But this was the first time that I've actually been able to wear someone's merch.
Thank you. Yeah.
So
Cool.
I feel good, and this is comfortable, man.
Yeah, they're great shirts.
Yeah, have
Yeah.
you gotten good feedback from the shirts?
A lot of good feedback.
Oh yeah,
for
we
shirts.
sold a ton of shirts.
Really?
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah,
Everyone
because they're
just
great.
likes the name. You know, we didn't. That's why we didn't want to put anything else on the shirt. Just the name itself is cool. They read the name and say, "That's me. I'm New
They're
Spirit."
like,
also.
yeah, that's so my vibe. I'm like, yeah, it's the name of the shop.
And that's why you guys went with that name.
Absolutely.
Yeah, was it a combination of you two coming up with it?
Well, it was years in the making.
Years.
Because trying to find a name that isn't already taken is tough.
And a
especially-
website and
right, and-
Facebook.
and
Right.
Facebook, Instagram, all that. So we have this thing about we sell a lot of home decor. So we in our house we do a lot of mix of old and new. And
Right.
It kind of fit right in. So Beth came up with it.
Well, I was reading one day. I always read a lot and look at interior design
What's that
books.
like?
Exactly. It's not a pleasure sometimes, but for work.
Yeah.
And I kind of, it didn't say that, but then I heard, it's new stuff, it's old stuff, and then all of a sudden it came to me, that's it, New Spirit, Old Soul. That's it. That's
Yeah.
the name.
Well, of course I like the name because Soul's in my name too.
There you go.
It's almost like a double entendre, like a more meaning, and heart,
Right.
And it goes with you guys as well.
Right. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This happened about 2 weeks ago for the first time. This couple came from Pittsburgh, and we're like lucky enough that people come from far away, not just close by. And as soon as they introduced themselves, they met my mom, just like you guys did.
Right.
My mom's originally from Pittsburgh, and they came all the way from Pittsburgh, and they walked out of the room after they put their jackets down, and they both had SoulJoel shirts on. I'm like, who sold you shirts?
Yeah.
We were sitting there like making the joke, like sitting on that stool. I'm like, I was sitting here. At what point, who went and opened that closet?
Right.
I have it locked. No merch available. So they knew they were coming to the show, and they went on my website, ordered the shirts ahead of time. Like that was the first moment where I'm like, dude, this is so cool.
This is
really
real.
cool.
Yeah. Do you guys
That-
have that like feeling when you see people like? Have you seen them now walking around or driving around town, and you see someone with like your merch on?
Or I'll be wearing my shirt and somebody will come up to me and go, I know that shop. I love that shop.
But meanwhile, they didn't recognize your face,
Exactly.
which is right above the name.
Exactly. But and a lot of times I kind of play it off it really is. But then they're like, we love the shirt. We love your place. So it's kind of, and other people who have worn our shirts out in public, they're like, I know that place. It's a great place. I tell all my friends.
Yeah.
So it's kind of,
Yeah.
the recognition has built, even though this is our second year, it's not that long.
Right.
But it's continued to build.
Now, I saw your location. Did you come up with the name after you found the location, or did you come up with the name and then found the location?
Well,
'Cause I feel like the name fits your location.
really
believe it or
does.
not, before
Yeah.
we purchased this location, we were looking for a spot for 8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
Wait, like way before the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We just knew we wanted a little farmette kind of a space with like a barn because we needed the storage. We wanted to display a cool setting and a little bit of space to be able to walk around. And we saw farms for sale, but we're not farmers. Sorry.
Right.
So 100
Not
acres.
happening.
Yeah. So we weren't ready to take care of 100 acres and a barn and horses and cows, but we pulled up. Oh, this is a story. You want to get into this now?
Mine as well.
The spot.
It's a yes for me.
So okay, I'll take you back. We're going to a breakfast spot. We get to know people where we go to eat breakfast. All
Yeah.
the waitresses.
Right.
There's one
I completely understand.
Exactly.
Love-hate relationship with food. Back to you, Jacob.
Thank you, Joel.
Yeah.
So I like food also, and our waitress moved to Douglasville to do a new restaurant. We're like, let's go check it out. She said, come see me, definitely. And we drove past this spot. It said Homestead Antiques. We're like, what's that? Never heard of it. Let's stop on the way back. So we stopped on the way back. We pulled in, and it's an actual someone's house. It's an old 1759 stone house. You pull up and you just see this acre and a half, and you see this house, stone summer kitchen, stone spring house, little carriage house, little cottage, and a garage. And Beth just goes,
So I'll tell a little more spiritually than he does, or creatively, because I kind of
Just the facts.
I embellish the facts a little bit.
No. That's fine.
But and because it's been in my brain for at least 8 years, a long time.
Yeah.
And it's been living there. It's been living here.
Manifesting.
Exactly. And we knew it was going to happen because we started buying stuff for the shop. It's like you go treasure
It better
hunting.
happen.
Yeah.
Oh, and the garage was loaded with
Garage, her
tons
son's
of stuff.
garage,
Yeah,
our
everybody
friend's
was holding our
garage.
stuff
Yeah.
for the place that we knew we were going to have. It's the truth. And we get out of the car. It's pouring rain. It's freezing. We had Logan. He was 8 at the time. It's freezing out. I step out of the car. I look at this place and I go, "This is it.
Yeah.
This is the place."
Like you knew exactly like at the minute.
Didn't ever have to go in a building.
The minute you got out of the car.
Correct.
That's what she's been looking for. And she, she does real estate advisement in her day job. So she is on these sites all day, every day, looking for a spot.
It was ridiculous.
You find some spots and you're like, do I want to drive an hour away?
No.
Do I want to drive 2 hours away? And you find some cool spots. You're like, that's going to be hard to manage,
Oh, yeah.
You can't. Yeah.
And so we found this spot is 13 minutes from our
Yeah, it's close. But
It's
then
so
we
close.
walked into the shop. She only had one little cottage shop open, all antiques. This lovely woman, Evie, walked in there. I think I was whispering to him. I'm like, "This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it." I'm looking. Oh wait,
okay.
here's
Just
what
act cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
Oh wait, it got way cool. Not really.
Yeah. No, but you're in the middle of negotiating, and obviously like you have the person that you're with. You're going to be negotiating with, right?
Well, yeah, exactly.
not for sale.
It wasn't on the
It's not-
market.
no,
Oh
it's-
no, but in my brain it's for sale.
Sorry, I was jumping ahead.
Exactly.
Wait, so what were you doing there if it wasn't for sale?
just
Like what?
antiquing. That's what we did. We
Treasure hunting. We went treasure hunting to fill up the
buy some more
garage
stuff for the garage.
and the shop that we knew we were going to have
So
one
you had to
day.
wait 8 years for it to, or 6 years to be.
To find a place.
Okay.
But then we found the place, walked in, met Evie, nicest woman in the world. We love her. And
Beth just said, I love your place.
I love it.
I'll buy it.
I'll buy
And
it.
she's like, oh, well, I'll sell it to you. And she goes, and she did one of those. Like, I can't believe I said that. People say that all the time.
All the time to her.
I'm not
They
ready,
want this
ready
place.
to sell, but I don't know why I just said that. She's
Shut that was her reaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which then you're like, this
She
is.
looked, well, there's a little more to the story. So our car broke down. We went to leave. I think we said that. We went to leave.
Emotions are running high.
Exactly.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
We
this
shopped,
is it.
we bought
This
some
is
stuff.
flipping it. We're doing this.
And I'm like, okay, it looks expensive. Let's go. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful property.
But also like her reaction, like you don't know whether to call her crazy or
Right.
like, is
Right.
this meant to be?
Right.
Like
Exactly.
what's about to happen? It's either really good
Oh yeah,
or really
they're
bad.
holding hands.
Well, wait a
before we-
minute.
No, before we even leave, you're like, I love your place. It's
I
beautiful."
did.
She's
I
like,
think I started
thank you
like
so much.
crying. I did.
So we buy
So not
some
cool,
things.
but I didn't care.
We go to leave. We get in my car, and my car doesn't start.
Didn't start.
No.
Doesn't start. She comes out.
It's like you drop the mic. You're like, I can't leave.
We're
My
never-
car won't start.
We're never going home.
because
What an exit.
she lives there, so she has a doorbell on the tree that's in front of the driveway that dings when someone pulls in, and she walks out, opens the cottage,
Yeah.
walks back. She went to go back inside, saw we were still there. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Car won't start." She's like, well, "Come back inside next to the fire."
Logan
Bring
and
your
I
son.
went inside because it was freezing out.
You're like, everything's working according to plan.
So I'm like, oh God, intervene!
My
Thank
car
God.
won't start.
Right.
I don't know what to do. Can
right.
you help me?
It's the truth.
But that's like how it felt.
It really.
That
really
is
did.
how it felt,
So
and
they
that's
go
how it
inside.
manifested. It really did. So I went inside with Evie and Logan.
I'm out with her brother and
Trying to fix
husband
the
calling
car.
the tow truck company.
I'm like, I don't care. Go ahead, go fix the car.
And I don't know what's going on.
I'll stay in here in the warmth.
Yes.
I'm in the house in the cottage shop with Evie.
Yeah.
And Logan, and we're talking. I'm like, I love this place. I'm like, it's super, and I'm like weeping at this point.
Just so you know, I would have been in the warmth with you because when it comes to fixing cars, I'm calling AAA. So I would have not been outside.
Exactly,
I would have been
right.
acting like an idiot with Jacob. You're like, I don't know what's going on.
Put up, yeah, the
That's pretty
trannies
much
over
what happened.
Yeah.
It never
This
worked.
is the water
We had to get it towed.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she tells me her story of how she got the property. It was her best friends who died suddenly. She
So
ended up.
she's got a story to tell
She's
too. That's
got
what
a
I love
story.
about people.
Yeah.
If they are willing, they have a story to
Her
tell.
It
best
was
friend owned the
unreal.
property. Thelma Cook owned the property, bought it in 1974, brought it back to its original condition, put roofs back on the
Yeah,
outhouses,
it's historic.
cleaned it up, had an
And we're
antique
talking
shop.
almost 40 years later, 50 years later.
She bought it in
You're right.
well,
She bought it in 1972, and then Evie
1996.
ended up with it in the 90s.
1996, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay.
After her best friend died in
I
the
got
middle
you.
of the
I got
night,
you now.
blah blah, she got it. Somebody, I don't know if we should tell it, but anyway, somebody helped her financially who didn't even know her
Yada yada yada.
to give her the money to purchase this place because she couldn't afford it at the time. She had another house, blah blah. Anyway, so I'm sitting there. She's telling me her story. I'm weeping like a baby because I'm touched.
Yeah.
And this way too. And
Aren't we all? I'll look at the camera for that one.
it
Just
makes
a
life
little.
great.
It's more interesting.
And,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I want to buy this place is great. I haven't seen anything. I'm like, I want to buy this. We're holding hands. She's like, I want to sell it to you. I'm like, okay. They walked in.
I walk in with her husband.
We're like
and
bawling.
those two are holding hands, crying, sitting in front of the fire.
Wait, your husband or
Evie's husband.
Evie's
the
husband.
owner.
okay.
They're holding hands, crying in front of the fire. We walk in. Alan
We were-
goes,
it was like,
"What is going
Kismet.
on?" I said, "Alan, I think we just bought your house."
We just bought your property. Yeah. And that was it. But then they weren't ready to leave. And like, it was never on the market. But they're like,
They took us on a
3
tour.
years. 3 years
They
it took them
us
to
on-
get
they
ready
took
to
us on
sell.
a tour. We saw
Yeah.
the whole property. We said, yes, we're interested. And a week later, they said, we're not ready.
We're not ready. We love it too much. And
So-
we love the shop and we love living here.
So we didn't buy it. So we didn't buy the property.
So this
Not
was
then.
because this was now 3 years into your journey of finding a place.
8 years.
8 years into our journey already.
where she
We
said,
found it.
We found it. And
Oh,
she
so
said,
But then it
Now-
took another 3 years for them to get ready to sell it to us once we found them.
So this has been total time like 15 years.
11
11.
11.
Yeah.
years.
And now
into-
it's 12.
Now
I
it's
mean,
12,
yeah, right.
That's what I mean. Like,
Oh, this is.
I thought it was 8 total.
No,
8
this is
up
a
until
long
this
journey.
point.
It's a long journey.
Holy.
That's the.
You guys have a very, in addition to the name, like that's what it. So when I opened up SoulJoel's in 2019, that was my 7th time trying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but like just didn't work out with like the property or the town, the business model, and it finally worked out. And then when I tried to relocate, I had put a bid on several properties, and I thought it was going to happen each time. But each time someone else bought it or it didn't work out for whatever reason,
Right.
the doors kept closing, which I thought was rejection, but it was just pointing me in the right direction.
It's setting you right.
And now you guys almost have a very, very similar story.
It's the same thing. It was meant to be.
crazy.
It's fate stepped in.
Yeah.
That,
So-
really,
so
that's
we-
what happened.
We visited the property every month.
Every
for the next
weekend we
3
would go and visit her.
We'd buy something, talk
She
to her.
didn't have internet. She didn't have any
No social
computers.
media,
She had a phone.
no
that was it.
presents. She put out an open flag.
Oh,
and that
so
was it.
you can't even like watch from afar.
No.
No.
You had to old
You had
school
to go
1988
every weekend.
landline or go visit.
You
Go
just have
visit.
to go
You just
visit.
gotta go
And we
visit.
did faithfully because we loved her. She was, and we're like, Evie, if you never want to sell it to us, it's okay. We love you. We love Alan. You're the best people in the world. And
so
that
it
was it.
wasn't there wasn't anything in writing at this point.
no.
No.
Oh
No,
no.
it was just a handshake, tears, and an agreement.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "We're not ready to sell." We're like, "We totally get it. I
Right.
wouldn't want to
I
sell
wouldn't
it
wanna
either."
We
sell it
don't,
either.
but we do.
But we're here for you.
Yeah. Beth went home and went, "I want to buy it."
Temper tantrum's not gonna get you anywhere,
Exactly.
even if you're an adult.
Exactly.
Honestly, timing-wise, it was actually meant to be.
Yeah.
We weren't really ready at that time anyway.
Okay, because that was going to be my next question. Like, does that test your own fate? Like, is this not meant to be, or like, you know what I mean? Do you start like
You
question?
you do start
A
to
little
wonder,
bit, right?
just like what happened to you,
Yeah.
right? You felt it was rejection, and then I kept finding other properties
Yeah.
that were like, it's not, no.
Yeah, but
no.
at the same time, you like don't want to settle
Right.
because you actually, this was the last property I saw. You
Okay.
saw this property, and
Yeah.
then it said no, and you're like comparing
Now
everything
you're
to
comparing
this.
That's
everything.
exactly right.
And you're
You
like, I don't
can't
want
do
to
it.
settle. And I was like, I was settling the whole time. And then I was like, this'll do. This'll
Settling the
do.
whole
I'm
time.
trying to survive this pandemic. I'm living in my sister's basement, which is not a joke, but people think it's a joke.
Doing comedy in a tent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So the
but
whole time I'm like, I just want to get out of here. But you guys, you're like, you don't want to settle for anything but
Yeah.
that
Now we've
place.
Right.
seen what we want.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
you
it's
now
the
you
same,
know
but
it
the
lives.
opposite.
It lives somewhere, and it's like we found it.
And I even tried to like prompt her, like, "Oh, that one's nice."
Oh, he totally did. I'm like,
Oh, that was-
no,
You're like,
no.
It's just not the same.
Not
It's
right.
Right. It's not
Because
No.
you wanted to get things going, but also maybe just try to help her along where
Yeah.
maybe we can
Sometimes
still
she
make
needs a
this
little
work.
nudge to- yeah.
Well, and frankly, we're not rich. You know what I mean? You have a pot of money. You
Yeah.
have one pot of money.
Yeah.
I better spend it right.
Right.
You know, just
Because
like
we're not going to be able to recover.
right. And I can't say, "Oh, I'll buy that one too. This one didn't work, and I'm stuck with this turd now." And you know, I gotta
Yeah.
go back to the good thing.
Well, that's the only reason why I was able to get this is because I had like a year's worth of events that I
Right.
could keep myself
See,
going.
right? You were smart. You had cash flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, ugh.
Exactly. If anybody saw my books, they think I was nuts. Yeah.
Just because I'm good at social media doesn't mean there's money in the bank.
It's a facade.
Yeah.
It's a man behind the curtain.
Yeah. No, but because you guys had to make sure that that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't then reset and try something
No,
else.
wasn't going to happen.
Which is the same. Yeah.
Yeah, can't do
one
it.
and done.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right.
Well, if I can geek out for a minute,
Yeah.
Joel, I've been going to your club since casino days.
Oh, really? I
back
didn't
in
know
Valley
that.
Forge.
I figured it was
Oh
Roars for
gosh,
it, but
yeah, no.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was casino.
The best.
Yeah.
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 wouldn't-
But I was also in a basement.
I don't know if
It was great though.
Yeah, that's right.
It was,
The
yes, that's
basement
right. It
bar.
was.
Yeah.
The Radisson. The,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bottom
yep,
of
yep.
Radisson.
that
That's right.
That was the best. When I discovered there was comedy outside of Philadelphia,
Yeah.
I didn't have to go into
Yep.
town and spend hundreds of dollars on
Right.
parking and everything else.
Yeah.
It was $25 a ticket. I said, "Where's it at?" Valley Forge. It's 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
go. I went
fabulous.
with Tony and Debbie Spina.
Yeah.
And they were big fans of yours as well. But that was back when you did opening 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The best. I laughed more at your stuff. I'm like, I missed the Joel doing
That's because it
comedy.
was internal struggles. You were laughing at my pain.
It was authentic.
Yeah, it was authentic.
That's why it's
trying to
funny.
figure it
The
out.
truth is the most funny, right? It's,
Yeah.
That's
oh my
great.
gosh. Followed you from there.
Yeah. And then you bounced to
Went to
Royersford.
Royersford.
Right.
Absolutely fantastic. Then where'd you go from there after Royersford?
So then I went back east to, and that's actually funny because I'm in the process of writing the book.
Okay, yeah.
So then I went
Saw
to Westover golf course, and that was just because I tried to find anywhere, and luckily that they're not busy over the winter time. So we opened up there with Andrew Dice Clay, November,
Yes. That's right.
whatever it was, like that. I think November 6th
Wow.
of 2021. And then I was there for 7 months, and then then we came here. But there was a lot of stuff in between of trying to figure out where I was gonna go. I thought I was gonna take over. What was it? It was Chickareens.
Oh yeah,
that's
Chick
right.
Greens. Oh,
That's
that's
right.
right. Yeah.
Chickareens, but then I lost the bid to Anna Marie, who ended up not taking it over.
Somebody's in there now.
Someone's in there now. Yeah. Then I thought I was gonna take over and skip back, and all these places, like the last 3 places, I thought I was gonna end up, and I didn't end up, and I end up here.
And yeah,
It was
yeah.
the funniest thing for me because I'm following you on social media like crazy. What's the next thing? And it was always like, "Hey, SoulJoel here, and I'm getting this place." And then a month later, it's like, "Hey, new place."
Yeah, I know. I'm like a used car salesman.
Come see me here.
Check what's under the hood. Yeah.
And I was like, wherever I'm going, whether
Yeah.
comedy or out here,
Yeah.
it's guys. If you like comedy, you like to laugh, you want to have a good time, not just comedy, but everything else.
Right, not just
Right
comedy.
here in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. I live in Gilbertsville. Our shop is in Boyertown. This area, we are so spoiled to have you here. We're so lucky to have this entertainment. It's affordable. Gatsby's restaurant is right here. When I come out. I don't get out much because we're busy too. Friday night, Saturday night, I try to get out. I come have dinner here, go see a show.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that. Thank you,
it's
man.
easy,
It's and that's what scared me to death, though, of moving from King of Prussia. I was further outside of Philadelphia,
Yeah.
further away from New York. I moved further 10 miles west of Royersford, and then I moved 10 minutes further again
right.
here. And it just no matter what, I always said I was going to be closer to some people and further away from others. But it's eventually all going to work out. Now, is that what you guys did too? Like, did you? Besides having that place, you were like, I wanted to be in a certain area.
Listen, we're not in the best location because we are a destination. You
We're
have
de-
to
we
dr-
are
you have to
definitely a
drive out to
destination.
us.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
outside of Boyertown too, so you have to drive 4 miles, 5 miles outside of Boyertown. So we're near Ole Valley, and it's out in the sticks. And people who live 1 mile away, sometimes we get them in our shop and go, "I've lived here for 20 years and never knew this was here."
Never knew it was there. But if there's a main drag in Boyertown, it's 562, even though there's about 4 or 6 cars on it. That's the main drag. You know what I mean? So we're on the
Yeah.
main drag,
Yeah.
if you're going to call it that.
Yeah, if you know where Freecon Farms is,
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
spots.
Yeah.
Down the street from that.
Yeah, keep
Yeah,
going.
Yeah.
but that's what I sometimes bang my head against the wall. Like all the social media and all the shows and getting people out. I had this couple sitting again where you were. A lot of stuff has happened right by that stool. I had a couple.
Oh.
Yeah. No, not even like that. But no,
Okay.
like just I had a couple walk past me. They're like, "Oh, is that the comedy club?" And that's why we started putting up the pictures, because we had the old paintings that were here that a local artist made,
Oh.
and we want to have more of a vibe because then people knew down this hallway that's where the show's gonna be.
Yeah.
Right.
So this couple was like, "Oh, is that down?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, we just want to check it out." I'm like, "Do you have tickets to the show?" They're like, "No." So I let them go, and I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, "What the heck is going on?"
What was that?
So they came back. I go, "Do you have tickets to tomorrow?" And they're like, "No. We just saw you on Jim Brewer's podcast,
Oh.
and we wanted to come check it out." I go,
Oh,
"That's
cool.
amazing."
Yeah.
Just like the next one, I go, "So where do you live?"
Right.
They're like, "Pottstown." I go, "What?"
You're here.
I go, "You didn't, whether I was in Royersford,
Oh, Royersford,
King
yeah,
of Prussia."
right.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying like.
Oh, it didn't matter.
I was like King of
Got it.
Prussia, Royersford, now here. I go, none of that? You hadn't heard of me?
Right.
And you live in Pottstown? It took me going on Jim Brewer's podcast to know. I go, you didn't know any of this?
Isn't
That's
that
right.
crazy?
It boggles my mind. I'm
wild.
like, short of like throwing out smoke signals. I'm like, I don't know how to tell people that I'm here.
Right here.
So I'm sure like you guys have some challenges of that.
Oh, word of mouth is by far
Word
the
of mouth
best
is
thing.
huge.
We get new people every weekend because
All the
somebody
time.
brings their cousins back, their moms back,
Right.
and so on, and that's the
and that's a
way.
huge
And that's when you
compliment.
know you're winning. Yeah, because people are like, "Oh, I wanted to bring my friends back. I told them about this place," and they each bring new groups back. I mean, this year it's been repetitive. Like that's
so
crazy.
many new people this year has been wonderful. I'm sure you get the same thing. I tell
Yeah.
everybody. I bring
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
many people as I can
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
for sure.
Now, do you guys in order to get those people back? Like, I know you had done like a cigar night and some different stuff. Like, do you announce like new items that you have? Like, other ways that you tried? What?
No, she's laughing because
Oh, boy.
she hates the social media
You,
stuff.
we
Well,
can
not
we
hates
can
it.
edit this in post, which we never do, but I say we will.
No, she's looking at me. 'Cause
Back
she's-
to you, Beth.
That's
What
a-
happened?
She
That's
doesn't
a
do
knowing look.
Oh,
That's what that was.
Oh.
That was a knowing
No,
look.
she doesn't do the. She makes me do all the social media.
I
oh, so
hate
you're not on
pictures.
social media?
I am because I have to be because of the shop. I'm pretty old school. I'm good behind the scenes. I work my
You're not a texter.
enough to do what I have to do.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But he's the social media guy. Like I do the design, I do the buying, I do the staging, I do all that stuff. Like,
She really does everything.
that's where I contribute. I'm like social media. That's you. He's good at it.
taxes.
Yeah, yeah.
the-
Well, in fact,
I do the taxes. I do the
The
you know
books.
the important stuff.
I need people like that in my life too.
Doesn't mean it's right, but I do it.
Yeah. I even got a letter in the mail today with my personal taxes.
Oh, God.
And I just added myself to the payroll so this wouldn't happen.
Right.
But I got them like, I could have sworn. No, I didn't pay it.
Dag
boy.
nabbit. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But going back to the social media, when you came in to make that video
Mm-hmm.
that Ronan did, it was something that you came up with an idea and a cowboy hat.
Oh,
and I think
right.
we ended up filming in
Right.
like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Still to this day, one of our most
Oh,
popular
that's funny.
line dancing.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
But it's like stupid. My sister always says this: "Stupid wins the internet." And like we can plan out something.
Well, then I'm your
Silly,
man.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't
Follow
need
me.
something.
Yeah.
Right.
But we
right.
come up with a plan and like spend hours, be like, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and it can bomb. And you came over, you're like, you want to do a video? I'm like, sure. And then all of a sudden we're like, that was great. And you're like, we just came up with that start to finish in 4 minutes.
It was
Two
fabulous.
Yeah.
takes. 2 takes. We got it on the second take.
Yeah.
I think it was. It was. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was great. No, I love
But
to do
yeah,
that
he
stuff.
does all the social media, and he's good at it.
Yeah, I wish I had more time to do it. You know,
That's the
to
problem.
edit a photo or to post it, to write something about it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
I've even been in the middle. Beth, I'm sure you don't know anything about this, but I'll be in the middle of a post and all of a sudden my phone will ring and I'll be like, hello. And I'll be like, I never posted it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I'll be like, I could have sworn I posted that. I
Your
go back and
brain's
it's
down
it's
the
like
road.
saved in
Yeah,
draft. I'm like, because I didn't hit send because I had to answer my phone because guess what? It's also my business line or all that stuff.
Exactly.
It's like, it's juggling.
Right.
I did a recording just before I came in, just
Okay.
to post something. And again, remembering to post and you get it out there, let people know what you're doing is always a challenge. And because you're actually working, you know, and then you got to
Yeah.
remember to let people
Right.
know. Because social media, I think we know what, no matter what, we're tied to it. That's how we advertise.
Yeah, you have to.
More than anything right now, there's not a lot of good ways to get the word out there. Otherwise, to get really connection with local people that can
Right.
actually come to the shop too. So it takes a lot. So I was posting out there. I must have. Dog was barking. Something flew over. A train went by. I'm like, next, record again, delete, record again. It takes time. It takes a lot of time to do that. Now, She doesn't know, but it takes a lot of time.
Oh boy.
But,
No.
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of time. Wow, wow, wow. Okay.
You bring other stuff to the
She
table.
brings
Exactly.
everything
Yeah.
else to the
like,
table.
like things like taxes,
Like-
which I'm sure is
like-
quick and easy.
Right, goods. They bring the goods.
you know, we change over for the seasons to.
Oh, God.
So we have 3 retail buildings.
Right.
And she does all the changes.
So it's new home decor, old home decor, vintage, architectural, salvage. It's across the spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of time trying to source stuff, find stuff, get it in. It's all that stuff.
Well, I was
going
gonna
to
say,
when
so-
you're running a business.
So for everybody that doesn't know you, we're walking in we park in the parking lot. We walk through the door. Give people a tour of your place.
So, first of all,
I like how you put out big. Be like,
Because I was going to jump
you were gonna jump.
and start yakking. I can't
Yeah,
stop.
she-
Oh,
Sorry.
well, that's what
I
you're
like
here
that.
you're
for.
allowed
I
to
know.
yak. If you want to take
No,
it.
go ahead. You start, and then I'll jump
Well,
in.
I didn't
was
make
gonna
you share a microphone.
Bonk.
Oh boy.
I was gonna say before, just when they get out of the car, everyone has the same reaction we did when we first pulled in.
Okay.
They actually get out of the car and stop. They stand up and they just look around because you have this beautiful 1759
They
homestead.
It's a
take it all
homestead.
in.
They take it all in.
Yeah.
Wow. So before
Before they even walk in, they just
no,
kinda
this
go,
but before this became a country, that building was
yes,
built.
that's right.
Yes, I mean,
I
look
did
at
the
it
math.
that way.
263 years.
Yes,
something.
I didn't do that math.
1759.
I just did
couple
before.
hundred years
Yeah,
old.
I did
right.
equal or greater to 1776.
That's how I did it.
Correct. At the end.
Yeah.
So that's the first experience, and then they're not really sure where to go because
Okay.
they don't realize that all the buildings that they're looking at are actually open for them to tour.
Okay.
Right.
So Beth's brother Steve actually lives in the house, and he
Which
helps,
is private. The
he
house
helps
is
out in the
private.
shop. So when people are walking up to the entrance, he stops and goes,
He's like Cousin Eddie in his bathrobe.
"Absolutely,
Come on in, we're open.
Not far
Get
from
yourself
that.
something nice.
Pooper's full.
Exactly.
Sorry about the smell."
Yeah.
And he kind of explains the property so they know where to go. Because
Okay.
some people skip the first building.
It's
they go to the second
crazy.
one.
It's big.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so good. So once
In
you
that
walk,
way, kind of overwhelming in that sense.
It is.
Yes.
Well, because when
Until
you,
they're familiar with it.
until they're familiar. When you drive in, you get out of your car and you go, wait a minute, what is this? It's a step back in time. You get out of the car, it is a step back in time because you can feel the history, you
Yeah.
can see it, and you can feel it. So you look around and you go, holy crap, what
people
is this?
have come in thinking they're at a restaurant. Is there
Yeah,
a restaurant
they're like,
here?
is it? I'm like, I wish it was. Wish I had a liquor license.
Matter of time.
Wish I had all
Matter
that.
of fact, I'm hungry.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And then, we reinvented some of the buildings. We, redid them, spent some money.
How
and-
many buildings are there?
6 buildings in total, including the house.
Oh, yeah. It's,
So you have the summer kitchen, the spring house,
which are both from the early 1800s.
what we call the carriage house, which used to be a 30 by 60 foot chicken coop. They put a roof over top of it and an overhang, so now it looks like a cool barn. We have retail in there as well, the cottage, and what we call the studio, which is actually an old corrugated tin garage that Beth had this idea to fit out. And
Yeah,
put
let's just
drywall
fit it
and
out and make it look
insulation,
cool.
Yeah.
Put a little,
Make it look cool.
put a cupola over it, and
But most of the stuff, all the materials that we typically use are all salvage.
All
We don't
salvage.
like to throw stuff away. We
Right.
like to find old stuff, reuse it,
Old
relove
doors,
it,
brick.
reinvent it, show people, here's what you can do with this.
Repurpose it. Yeah.
And we built a gathering area outside of the studio. The studio is the one shop. It's got more vintage, more of a
Yeah.
hip
Funky
kind of
vibe.
vibe to it. And then we built the pergola and patio area so people could come and hang out. Come and hang out. It's an outdoor thing. Come and hang out, have a couple drinks. We believe in hospitality. We offer drinks to everybody who comes. Come and hang out, make new friends, that kind of thing. That's really what
Yeah.
we wanted this place to be, a fun place where people get to know each other.
Well, with the different buildings, does it become hard to manage in that sense where, like, if you're busy, like, trying to keep track of, like, the customers and stuff like
Yeah.
that? Or, yeah.
yes.
Yes, next
yes.
question.
I'm not gonna lie. That's why we have the best unpaid employees who are our family.
Yeah,
We
our
could
family,
not do it
literally.
without our family. We are so blessed
So
to have.
Beth's sister also
Right.
Keeps an eye on the studio. She does the cash wrap in the studio, and
Okay.
then
Right.
our friend Ty.
Ty,
Yeah,
our
yeah,
friend
yeah,
Ty,
yeah.
who's family.
Yes, welcome.
Exactly.
Yes.
So everybody, they're just so generous with their time
Yeah.
and talent and
Well,
love
having
for
that
us.
shared vision
Oh,
and
it's so much
knowing
fun.
what you're trying to build.
yeah,
Well,
it's a lot of fun.
Lisa, Ty, and Beth are great merchandisers and designers. So when you walk into the studio, you looks like a garage because it used to be, but it looks better than a garage now. You walk in, you don't know what to expect, and then everything is set up. There's not, because we own everything and it's all one shop. It's not like a bunch of little booths.
No, it's all ours. We don't consign.
We don't consign. We don't rent out little booths.
That's too hard.
It's all ours. So Beth decorates, so it all flows together. It's all cohesive in that building. And that's more funky vibe. And then you go over to the cottage, you walk out, walk past the chimeneas with the fire smoking. They got their little glasses of wine or whiskey to drink while they're walking.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You walk into the cottage, and that's more like French country. It's a little slanted roof cottage. You
like
walk
a little
in,
chalet kind of look.
Right. The candles are going, so it smells great. The fireplace is crackling. And it's just a beautiful, cohesive.
The whole place is a beautiful setting. It's bucolic. It's just
everything's a
so
vignette,
pretty.
you know. So
a little stream in the property.
Really make little vignettes of designs, and everything flows together. It's really
just
beautiful.
constant work over the last 2 years trying to make it like
Constant.
that. Make it your home and make it how you had
Correct.
it. It's not the same when you took over. I'm sure you've probably made some changes.
Oh, it's very
So
different.
many,
And the best part about it is we've never done this before.
Right.
So it's like
there's
it's
no
an,
blueprint.
It's an adventure.
Yeah. Every day is different.
Every day is different. It's
Yeah.
an adventure, and it's like, so if we screw it up, you know what? What do? We make it better.
Right.
You know, we just keep figuring it out, and it's like neither one of us are. He's way less risky. I'm risk averse. He's not. He's like,
let's do it.
Let's
jump off the bridge. Let's go. I'm like, no.
That's me too.
Let's give it a try.
Right.
Like,
so we're the balance,
Yeah.
and so it's like if we just keep trying stuff till it works, and most time it lands. We're good on our feet.
But
kind
that's
of
probably
thing.
why your partnership is
Yeah.
good, because you guys even each other out
Right.
in that sense.
Right. Yeah.
Talk some common sense into
Or
Yeah.
punch him in the face.
Hey, whatever works.
Just
Whatever
a
happens
little
first.
bit. Right.
Maybe a little bit of both at different points.
All right.
Yeah.
Our customers are the best.
Yeah.
They give
The
us
nicest
such good
people.
feedback. You know, I love everything, but I wish I could do. I'm like, all right, let's do it. You
Yeah,
know?
let's do it.
Like,
What do you
let's try
want?
that.
What are you interested in?
Right.
So in the summer kitchen, there's a 1800s brick oven, and it's a bread oven. I make pizza in there now.
Yeah.
It is so good.
It's
I make
really
my
cool.
own dough, or I get it from the Collegeville Italian Bakery if I don't have time. But
Yeah.
I make the dough, and I've been hosting little pizza parties, real private. People are like, "Hey, can I bring 8 friends?" And
Dinners, pizza parties. Yeah, exactly.
Invite me every once
Yeah.
in a while. I will make time.
do you have 8
You're
friends?
invited
Joel?
all the
Yeah.
time. Exactly.
And I just make pizzas in there, and it takes 3 hours to get the oven ready. It takes a whole process
It's
to
old.
make the dough.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
But I just crank out the pizzas until everyone's full, and they drink and have a good time.
pizza, wine. You know, you do little cheese boards. It's like an event. It's really a lot of fun.
But our
You should
customers
come.
tell us,
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
right,
you gotta come.
really, yeah.
We should do a SoulJoel
Yeah,
pizza night.
guys, come
That
out.
would be awesome.
Yeah,
Right.
at your place. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So today this is coming out on Black Friday. Tomorrow's Small Business Saturday. What
right.
can people expect? Are you guys open?
We are open. We have lots of discounts, so we're going to do tickets where you draw your own discount.
It's like a mystery discount on
Okay.
Black
So it's going to
Friday.
be a
Yeah.
percentage off ticket. You
Right.
reach in, you grab one, and then you're going to get a percentage off on everything you buy there.
Nice.
That day.
Today on Black Friday.
On Black
Black
Friday.
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. We have an event at the homestead tonight. We have a business client appreciation thing. So
Right,
it's
right,
kind of
right.
like an open house. And
Right.
there'll
Well,
be
this
a
is
lot
coming
of
out Friday,
people.
so
Oh,
last
darn. Okay.
Tuesday.
Last Tuesday.
Yeah, I tried to set you
It
up
was
on that one.
fabulous.
Pay attention, Beth.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Break it down the fourth wall.
I'm just saying we do other events
yeah.
there. We'll do private events in the house. We do, we do
Corporate events.
right, whatever it is. We, have people hang out on the pergola, and we're like, yeah, you want to do that? Let's talk about it. We'll figure it out.
We just figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small weddings, we could do small weddings. We haven't done them. We actually have one in the summer coming up, but we could do small weddings there. A lot of different things. But if you had an imagination.
because that has that rustic.
It's a
really
quaint,
has
charming place.
We've done
yeah.
a lot of photography there. So ballerina photography, engagement photos,
Right.
wedding photos, different kind of.
Right.
Because the backdrop there is incredible.
Now, is that also through word of mouth, or have you registered on like a website?
All word of mouth.
All word of mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of my things is I don't want to be everything to everybody. That's not what this is.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's special.
As much as I want to be, it's like you can't. No, you can't make everyone happy.
Well, because you lose your core.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yep.
become too, wishy-washy, and then
Yeah.
it's like, this is what we are.
When that happened, I was still at the Valley Forge Casino, and I hadn't even doing shows every week. It was the first 6 years where I was doing it once a month, and I had 500 people in the big theater, and I had 10 people walk out. So 10 out of 500.
Yeah.
And I talked to my dad. I lost my mind. I'm like, how did I not make those 10 people happy?
Right.
And it's like, it could be babysitter. It could be this is too long. Or they had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
or
something
they're gamblers. They
stupid
want to
or-
go gamble.
Right.
My dad goes, he flipped it on me. And he goes, that's a 98%. 98%. He goes, if you would have got a 98 on every one of your tests growing up, I would have been ecstatic. I'm like, how did you flip that so fast? But he made me realize, I
But
go,
he's-
it's just what you said. It's like, we can't be everything to everyone.
Right.
And
And
it's
that's
like,
okay.
that really stuck with me because
Yeah.
as much as I try and be a perfectionist and make everyone happy, it's a numbers game and you just can't make everyone happy. You just can't.
Right.
It's
You just
physically
can't.
impossible.
That's not reality.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you have hope, like you said, you have found the best customers.
Right.
And
We
you make
do.
those people happy.
Right.
And that's where you're
And
like,
be the best
like
at
your
your game.
niche.
Yes, absolutely.
It's your niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Bring
hard to
more
swallow
people.
sometimes.
It
But you're
is.
like, this is what we're supposed to be.
Well, you don't like to disappoint anybody either.
Right.
You want to be, this is something that we love. It's our passion that,
We spend
we
all,
love it.
all our spare time.
All our
on it, you
spare
know.
time.
Right. Yeah, that's what it is.
Why we're not that interesting.
First
But-
13 years before I had my own place, exactly. I had to have a
lot.
different time. I had to have a different, a day job. And I was lucky enough to then leave, but then I had to go back and back and forth.
Right.
It's a roller coaster.
It is.
And
It
we still
is.
have our day jobs.
Oh,
Right.
we still
on
have
top
our
of
day
it.
jobs.
So
Yeah.
It's a lot of nights and weekends for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Every
Right.
night, every weekend.
But so far, it's been worth it.
It's been really fun.
It's been worth it because we see it evolve.
Yeah.
And it keeps evolving.
Right.
And we're not afraid to let it evolve.
So two-part question then. With the holiday season coming up, what can people expect? And then what do you see for the future of the business?
Go ahead, I'll let you answer that.
No, you want to talk.
No, you answer.
No, you do it. Well, I guess it's me. I'm not afraid to talk.
I'll jump in.
Well, holiday season. So we got all our Christmas decor out right now. Obviously.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's crazy changing.
It's a vibe.
From Halloween to Christmas in 1 week. That's these guys are incredible. And
Oh, that's what you did. So
We
you
did.
because you literally
We
like
just did it. I was there last night, so I don't even know what time. Finishing up because of this event last Tuesday.
Yeah. Right.
But
Good save.
you, see, I picked right up on
I
that.
see how you adapt.
It took me a bit.
Yeah.
But you drive in, it looks like a Christmas village. All the buildings
Winter
are lit
wonderland.
up. It does. It's
Yeah.
really cool. It's pretty.
So we have the Ole Valley Library holiday house tour. We're
Right.
on that December 2nd. It's self-guided tour. You can buy tickets at our shop or on their website. And Beth, it's the only time we're open to the public in the house.
In the house.
If you want to
It's
tour
private
the
'cause the house is
1759 house, it is all in its original condition. It's
Mm-hmm.
incredible. 4 fireplaces inside the house.
Yeah.
You can do that, and then we have Black Friday, obviously.
Yep.
We
Right.
got some discounts for that, and
Yep.
then we are open every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. until Christmas,
Up to Christmas.
up to Christmas,
Not
and then
open Christmas Eve.
we actually close. This is the one break we get in the year. Joel, so be jealous.
Yeah,
We're
Yeah,
closed
right.
from Christmas until March.
Yeah, we usually, because January and February, you gotta buy more inventory. You gotta find more inventory. You gotta reset the shops. You gotta reset your strategy. You gotta.
And shoppers are resetting their bank accounts.
Yes,
Exactly.
Recovering.
Right.
So
And
I think that's smart anyway.
It is, and then we'll open up in the beginning of March. I mean, that's what we did this year, and during the year, like this year, we did some paranormal events,
Okay.
which is cool because
Do you think it's haunted?
Eric Mintel Investigates.
Yeah,
is
go
the
watch
name.
it. It's on
Great
YouTube.
guy.
Okay.
we did it
And,
twice.
I don't think it is, but I'm not like Beth, her friend Renee, her friend Joy. They all are like mediums. I swear, they have like channel things and they see things and they have physical experiences that I
Right.
can see happening, and I believe they're experiencing something.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but it's real to them.
It is real, and it's pretty dang cool.
Okay, it's
yeah,
real.
don't listen to him. So he stopped talking.
All right.
I'm kidding.
I'm listening either way.
It's good to have. I know. This is therapy.
Yeah. I get it. What do you think I'm doing on stage?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's good to have both sides of the coin there. I mean, he's the
I'm a
naysayer,
skeptic.
skeptic, nothing.
Yeah.
And frankly, I was too,
Right.
until something happened to me. Because when we first started to do the paranormal thing,
Yeah.
we were both like, "Oh, this is great for marketing. Let's make it cool. This is buildings, a couple hundred years old. There's got to be energy here. Whatever. This is cool. This is a great marketing thing." Until something happened, and then it was like, "Holy crap! something happened a couple times, and it's to me
Yeah.
and to some other people
Yeah.
who were experiencing this. So it was kind of cool.
And to other people who didn't know she experienced things
Right.
in the same room, the same type of energy.
Same type of thing would happen to them.
Really?
Yeah. It was
See-
wild.
And then you saw it, or? Well, you got to go watch the YouTube.
You did.
Yeah. Well, because the same thing happened here, where I haven't experienced anything, but people have told me, and obviously because it's
That
built in 1931,
Oh.
so it's an older building.
Yeah.
But then a guy came up to me, just again, the stool, and he started talking to me. He goes, "Have you ever experienced anything in the ballroom?" Bro, it's lit up like a Christmas tree. And I didn't look. I wasn't looking. My eyes were up here. I wasn't looking. And I realized he had a paranormal
Oh, yeah.
investigator shirt on, but I didn't look. So I didn't know. I was like, this guy sounds crazy.
Yeah, dude.
yeah. He was telling me with the former owner and the owner before that, he had done like sleepover parties here.
Oh.
And like sleepover investigations.
Oh.
So
Do it.
yeah.
Let's go. I mean,
Yeah. Right. Well, exactly. And that's why I thought too, but like without explaining that, I was like, this guy sounds bonkers.
Do you mind if I sleep in your ballroom?
Yeah. I've done it before.
I'll bring my jammies.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. Yeah. The ghosts aren't wearing anything. Yeah, it became
Wow.
wild. Yeah. So you experienced
I did, and
yeah.
and it was Eric Mintel Investigates. We had a team come in, did it on camera, and it was just our group because we didn't open it up to the public. We were going to let the public view it for marketing, and
Right.
then
turned into a whole different
it
thing.
turned into a whole different thing,
Yeah.
right? Which was cool. Some of it I remember, some of it I don't.
Right.
But yeah, it was kind of wild. So,
Yeah,
but you figure something's there.
Beth had an experience, out of body or maybe in your body experience.
It was in my body,
in
kind of. Well, yeah, this time too.
Oh boy.
so about the sleepover.
The end.
Yeah. We'll go check it out on YouTube.
It's very interesting, and Eric did a great job editing.
Yeah.
So he didn't make her look bad because she was hysterical for quite some time. And
Yeah.
Was,
Yeah, they couldn't show everything because I didn't know what was going on. I was out of it.
He had a medium with him, Dom, who
Yeah.
was explaining what was
Great
happening.
So is the
Medium,
link on your
Dom.
website, or how can they go find it?
We have a terrible website.
Sorry.
No, you can go
He's in charge.
newspiritoldsoul.com. It needs updating, but yes, the link is actually on there, though. You can
Okay.
go to our New Spirit Old Soul
Right.
YouTube channel. You can also go to Eric Mintel Investigates. And
It's called Hallowed Grounds at the Homestead. We did
Okay.
2 parts because there was so much that happened the first time we did the we couldn't finish.
Yeah.
So we had to do part 2.
Right.
And then we had people come out to the homestead at night and
this was
near
so much
Halloween,
fun.
and we actually premiered it. And
We had
big screen
audiences,
TV.
yeah.
We had 40 people there. They watched the video. Eric and Dom would answer questions about what happened.
was fun.
And then we did tours with only candlelight.
We did the
in
haunted house tour, basically.
Really?
Yeah, it was so much.
It was really
we did
fun.
3 or 4 times. We did that, sold out every time. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
You should do that. Get your whatever
yeah.
guy, get your PJs and have a sleepover.
Yeah.
A haunted sleepover.
Or call your guy. I mean,
exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
really.
Eric would love to do it,
He's
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, he's great.
He's
nothing
not
like calling a guy and end up in your PJs.
Or whitey tighties.
Or
whatever.
exactly.
Whatever it is.
Sounds like great fun.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much for coming in.
Yeah.
People have to go check out your place on Black Friday today and tomorrow for Small Business Saturday, and then throughout the whole Christmas season. The tour, which people always ask me too about getting a tour of this place. So December 2nd, they can get the guided
The
tour.
Holy Holiday House tour,
Holiday
yeah.
House tour. Go
Yeah.
on Holy Valley Library website, or stop by the shop at 7799 Boyertown Pike in beautiful Boyertown. And we're open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday until Christmas.
Yeah, New Spirit, Old Soul.
Yeah. And Jacob, Beth, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for having
Joel.
us.
Yeah.
This was
pleasure.
great. Thank you.